Hi, and welcome to the BAM Book Club. I'm Eric, and it's been a minute. For those that have been following our study on Tobit, I apologize for the massive gap between chapters 5 and 6. I had some personal issues that I had to deal with, but I'm back. And if I did this right, you can see that we have a major upgrade. Or just a green screen. But before we get into it, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel because it tells the algorithm that more content like this should be going out to more people like you. We are now in chapter 6 of Tobit, and if you would like a refresher or just to catch up, then please visit our Tobit playlist. So recap. Tobit takes place during the time that the Israelites are in captivity. And Tobit is one of the Israelites that did not stray. He keeps God's law. He keeps the feast. He wants to do what's right in Yah's eyes. Now the king's son, he's just going around and killing random Israelites, and he's leaving their bodies in the streets. So Tobit goes around in secret burying their bodies in the middle of the night because it's the right thing to do. One night when he got done burying a bunch of bodies, a bird drops a big fat D on his eyes and it blinds him. And doctors can't fix his blindness and he becomes very depressed. Then one day he remembers that there's this dude that owes him a lot of money in this other town. So he sends his son Tobias to go collect it. But he doesn't want Tobias to go alone, so Tobias teams up with the angel Raphael. Never gets old. So he teams up with Raphael. However, neither Tobit nor Tobias know that it is Raphael because Raphael is in disguise. Now Tobias and Raphael are off to collect the money, and they're going to a town that just happens to be in the same town as one of Tobit's cousins. And Tobit's cousin has this daughter named Sara, and it is his only child. And Sara is depressed also because she's been married 7 times and every single one of them has died. There's this demon named Asmodeus, and he sort of has like a crush on Sara. Before she can consummate any of her marriages, Asmodeus kills the groom. All 7 of them. Which is very similar to the story that the Sadducees told to Yeshua over in Matthew chapter 22. So check that out. And that's where we're at.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Tobit chapter 6, starting in verse 1. And as they went on their journey, they came in the evening to the river Tigris, and they lodged there. And when the young man went down to wash himself, a fish leaped out of the river and would have devoured him. Then the angel said to him, "Take the fish." And the young man laid hold of the fish and drew it to land. To whom the angel said, "Open the fish and take the heart and the liver and the gall and put them up safely."
Stop.
Now, I love fish as much as the next guy. But even I don't think I have the stomach for that. And now apparently the fish doesn't either. So the young man did as the angel commanded him. And when they had roasted the fish, they did eat it. Then they both went on their way till they drew near to Ecbatana. Then the young man said to the angel, "Brother Azarias," this is Raphael in disguise, "and to what use is the heart and the liver and the gall of the fish?" And he said unto him, "Touching the heart and the liver, if a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, we must make a smoke thereof before the man or the woman, and the party shall be no more vexed."
Stop.
Interesting. As for the gall, it is good to anoint a man that hath whiteness in his eyes, and he shall be healed. Interesting. So Tobias is like, "Yo, this fish is delish, but what's up with all these fish guts?" And Raphael tells him that some are used to fight demons, and they just happen to be going to Sara, who's being tormented by one. And then the rest of it can cure blindness. Yo, check this out. This article is from the Daily Mail in March of 2023. Researchers have created a new form of omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acid comes from fish, that is capable of crossing into the eye's retina to ward off vision loss related to Alzheimer's, diabetes, and other diseases. In a study on mice, the supplement was able to first be absorbed from the intestine into the bloodstream and then cross from the bloodstream into the retina. This prevented age-related macular degeneration, AMD. The mice that were fed the new type of supplement showed nearly 100% improvement after 6 months in the amount of crucial omega-3 known as DHA in their retinas.
Say what?
Say what?
And then there's this article from 2020, right before the pandemic came out. Age-related macular degeneration affects 11 million people in the US, and that number is expected to nearly double by 2050. Now researchers are looking into how a unique characteristic of a zebrafish can regenerate retinas in humans and keep people seeing as they age. Zebrafish, unlike mammals, are able to regenerate parts of their retina if they become injured, Vanderbilt Vision Research Center Director Dr. David Calkins said. That is why researchers from Vanderbilt University Medical Center are studying how the characteristics of zebrafish can help humans dealing with age-related vision loss due to damage to the retina. The cells that make up the retina between the fish and the human eye are very, very similar, Vanderbilt Professor of Biological Sciences Dr. James Patton said. The exception is for one cell called Mg from molar glia. In a zebrafish, when the cell is damaged, it will activate and then regenerate. Check this out. So the fish will go from blind to about 2.5 weeks later, total regain of eyesight, Patton said. Then we'll skip down to before human testing. They will have to test on smaller mammals, such as mice, and see if they can suppress a particular microRNA that regulates the molar glia cell. Well, we just saw in the previous article that they did test it on mice, and there was nearly 100% success rate. Science is just now catching up to what the Book of Tobit mentioned 2,000 years ago. Verse 9, and when they were come near to Rages, the angel said to the young man, Brother, today we shall lodge with Raguel, who is thy cousin. He also hath one only daughter named Sara. I will speak for her, that she may be given thee for a wife. For to thee doth the right of her appertain, seeing thou only art of her kindred. And the maid is fair and wise, and therefore hear me, and I will speak to her father. And when we return from Rages, we will celebrate the marriage. For I know that Raguel cannot marry her to another according to the law of Moses, but he shall be guilty of death, because the right of inheritance doth rather appertain to thee than to any other. Then the young man answered the angel, I have heard, brother Azarias, that this maid hath been given to 7 men, who all died in the marriage chamber. They're getting close to their destination, and Raphael decides to play matchmaker. They tell Tobias that they're going to be staying at his cousin's house, and that he's definitely going to want to swipe right on Sara. To which Tobias is like, yo, slow your roll, bro. I just met you like yesterday, and you want me to marry someone that already has like 7 dead husbands?
No. Hard pass. Hard pass.
Now the law of Moses that Raphael is referring to could be one of 2 laws. If brothers dwell together, and one of them dies and has no son, the widow of the dead man shall not be married to a stranger outside the family. Her husband's brother shall go into her, take her as a wife, and perform the duty of a husband's brother to her. And it shall be that the firstborn son which she bears will succeed to the name of his dead brother, that his name may not be blotted out of Israel. But if the man does not want to take the brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gates to the elders and say, my husband's brother refuses to raise up a name to his brother in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak to him. But if he stands firm and says, I do not want to take her, then his brother's wife shall come to him in the presence of the elders, remove his sandal from his foot, spit in his face, and answer and say, so shall it be done to the man who will not build up his brother's house. And his name shall be called in Israel the house of him who has his sandal removed. And we actually see this played out in Ruth chapter 4. Naomi needs someone to marry and take care of her daughter-in-law, Ruth, because both of Naomi's sons have died. Boaz is a close relative and agrees to do it. However, there is another nameless relative that is closer in relation to Naomi than Boaz is. So he needs to give the offer to no name first, according to the law. Now, he didn't spit in his face, but this is pretty much the same gist of what we read in Deuteronomy. The other law I think they could be talking about is the law of inheritance. In Numbers, we learn about a man named Zelophehad, and he had died and he didn't have any sons as heirs. He was a man with only daughters, 5 daughters. And Moses had told them that they would receive the inheritance of their father. However, some of the leaders in that tribe were worried that if the girls married men outside their tribe, that the land would go to the tribes that they married into. And they said, the Lord commanded my lord Moses to give the land as an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel, and my lord has commanded the Lord to give the inheritance of our brother Zelophehad to his daughters. Now, if they are married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then their inheritance will be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and it will be added to the inheritance of the tribe into which they marry. So it will be taken from the lot of our inheritance. And when the Jubilee of the children of Israel comes, then their inheritance will be added to the inheritance of the tribe into which they marry. So their inheritance will be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. Then Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, what the tribe of the sons of Joseph speaks is right. This is what the Lord commands concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry whom they think best, but they may marry only within the family of their father's tribe. So the inheritance of the children of Israel shall not change hands from tribe to tribe, for every one of the children of Israel shall keep the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. And every daughter who possesses an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be the wife of one of the family of her father's tribe, so that the children of Israel each may possess the inheritance of his fathers. Thus no inheritance shall change hands from one tribe to another, but every tribe of the children of Israel shall keep its own inheritance. In both instances, it's actually about where the inheritance would go, and the inheritance needs to stay in the same tribe. It needs to stay in the family.
You don't turn your back on family.
Verse 14. And now I am the only son of my father, and I am afraid, lest if I go in unto her, I die as the other before. For a wicked spirit loveth her, which hurteth nobody but those which come unto her. Wherefore I also fear lest I die, and bring my father's and my mother's life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them. Then the angel said unto him, dost thou not remember the precepts which thy father gave thee, that thou shouldest marry a wife of thy own kindred? Wherefore hear me, O my brother, for she shall be given thee to a wife, and make thou no reckoning of the evil spirit, for this same night shall she be given thee in marriage. And when thou shalt come into the marriage chamber, thou shalt take the ashes of perfume, and shalt lay upon them some of the heart and liver of the fish, and shalt make a smoke with it. And the devil shall smell it, and flee away, and never come again any more. Tobias is saying he's scared. she's had 7 husbands already and they've all died. How am I gonna be any different than this? And so Raphael's response is,
Down, get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
Calm down now. Get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're one on the phone. Everything's gonna be all right.
it's all good, bro. We've got what the others didn't have. Fish guts. One whiff of this, and the demons and the vegans are going to be running for the hills. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up both of you and pray to God, which is merciful, who will have pity on you and save you. Fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning, and thou shalt preserve her, and she shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children. Now when Tobias had heard these things, he loved her, and his heart was effectually joined to her. Raphael reassures him that Sara is his destiny.
I'm your density.
And you guys are going to have children. And somehow Tobias was sold on this. Weirdest blind date ever. So what can we take away from this? Faith. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Psalm 31:24. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Tobias is getting ready to go into battle for a woman he doesn't even know, to fight a top-level demon with only a bottle of fish guts perfume, knowing that this demon has killed 7 other men. As believers, we know that something bad is coming down the line. I mean, this world is already bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as it's going to be. And we're going to need to have faith and courage if we are going to walk through it. I pray that for my life, I pray that for my family's lives, and I pray that for your life. Study the word, learn it inside and out, because we might not have fish guts when this stuff goes down. And encourage your brothers and sisters to stay faithful and courageous, because iron sharpens iron. This is the message that I have for you guys today. Any comments, questions, concerns, or emotional outbursts, leave it in the comment section below. Till next time, Yah bless. Peace.